So today we've come in early to help out our Newport West neighbourhood colleagues with a drugs warrant. We've had intelligence to suggest that someone's been dealing drugs from a property, and within this property there are also two large dangerous dogs that suggest that they could potentially attack us or anyone else who gets near them. My role on the day to assist with advanced method of entry. So we've attended as a team to Pill Police Station to have our briefing from the local neighbourhood team, along with the HART team or hazardous areas response team from ambulance, who assist us quite a lot in our jobs. We've then left the police station in convoy to the address in Dufferin, and my role here was to smash the pane of glass on the door. The reason I'm wearing all this kit, such as the helmet, goggles, overalls and my body armour, is to make sure that I'm not harmed by any glass that is going to be bouncing back, potentially causing me injuries. So as I've smashed that glass, my other colleagues have come in their various roles to gain entry to that property. So once we've gained entry to the property, we'll enter and make sure that everyone is safely secured, making sure that no one has any injuries caused to them and no one's at any harm. Once everyone's safe, that includes members of the public and ourselves, our neighbourhood colleagues will take over from us, and they're the ones then that will manage the rest of that scene and the warrant, and we will then leave to continue on with our core duties of roads policing and assisting other departments around the force.
So I seen a flag to the back. I got the whole...
So within roads policing, every day is different. The roads policing department deal with the fatal 4 offences, making sure that Gwent's roads are kept safe. We also have additional skills such as advanced method of entry, search. We're trained in tactical pursuit and containment, also known as TPAC. And every day we can find ourselves assisting our response or other neighbourhood colleagues, or we can find ourselves looking for the most high-risk offenders throughout Gwent.
In the middle of the 3.
We received a call from Raven Somerset Police about a stolen vehicle that was travelling across the Severn Bridge into Wales, and it was displaying 2 different registration plates on the front and back.
Yes, that's correct. No trace on the rear plate. We just compared the images, and it does appear to be the same car. So it's displaying Delta Alpha 66, and then that Bravo plate 1 on the rear.
My colleagues and I, who were trained in TPAC, we were plotted up along the motorway, waiting for that vehicle to come into Gwent. One of my colleagues then has pulled out behind the vehicle as it's travelling on the motorway. We also had support from the police helicopter, or NPAS, the National Police Air Service, who were above the whole time filming what was going on. So the car was then followed safely before we could implement any sort of police tactics. Now with that, we're really mindful about when and where we implement tactics, because we ultimately need to make sure that members of the public are safe, the person driving that car is safe, and also that we're safe. So there's a lot of risk to manage there. So we followed the vehicle into the Blaenau Gwent area, where it's then driven off-road up a mountain track. So we then managed to stop the vehicle. The driver was detained, taken out of the car. He was compliant. Checks on the car also showed that it was stolen from the Avon Somerset area, and it was also displaying 2 different number plates on it, which is a known tactic the criminals use to disguise the stolen vehicle to try and trick us and other people.
Yes, thank you for your assistance.
So we were out looking for a vehicle of interest that had activated one of our ANPR cameras.
I'm with the driver now.
Whilst I was driving through the gear towards Maze Glass in Newport, I noticed the vehicle was parked up in one of the car parks in front of some shops. As I pulled into the car park, I see someone getting back into the driver's seat of the van. I walked over to the van. I then detained the driver for a stop search. You're detained for the purpose of a search under Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act, okay?
Whatever.
We've had information to suggest this vehicle has been involved in drug supply, okay? So I'm going to be searching you in the vehicle for drugs, okay? I'm going to place you in handcuffs because I don't know who you are. You can keep smoking, but they're staying on the front, okay?
Just me go.
No, stay there. Stay. No.
2 seconds, please. 2 seconds.
No. So as I've taken handcuffs out to put on the male, he's then lunged forward in an attempt to try and get away. In doing that, he's managed to push me back into the door of the van and then slipped under my arms, and then I've given chase on foot up into a wooded area. He's then jumped over a fence onto a railway track. He was then tracked a short while later, and he was arrested after he was hiding in someone's back garden. Meanwhile, my colleagues have been searching the van and have found a large amount of cannabis. So everything that was seized, the drugs and the cash and the other items, were bagged up in evidence bags in order to be used as evidence in court and throughout the investigation. So we'd been told by South Wales Police that a car was making its way back into Newport from Cardiff. That vehicle had just been involved in a robbery where an electric bike was stolen, and the suspects had got into this car, making their way back to Newport. All we knew at this point was that the vehicle was registered and insured in Newport. We had no idea who the suspects were, if they had any weapons on them, and we didn't really know where they were going. I've then seen the vehicle getting off the motorway in High Cross. As the vehicle then has driven towards the back lanes towards Cwmbran, it's pulled over outside a shop. So I've pulled directly in front of that car to stop it going anywhere. And I've got out and gone to the driver's side, opened the door, and I've then taken out my taser and pointed that at the driver.
Turn it off. Anyone else in here? No? Right, hands right, I can see him now.
And that is done because I don't know whether that person has a knife on them. I know from previous experiences that people involved in robberies, especially robberies of things like electric bikes, more often than not do carry knives, so I need to make sure that I'm safe and that everyone else around me is safe. I then placed him in handcuffs and then taken him out of the car and then conducted a search on him and the vehicle. And my colleague has also then detained the passenger.
In Cardiff, okay? Keep your hands where I can see them. Do not move. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Leave your hands where I can see them. On there. Do not move. All right?
I then conducted a drug wipe on the driver, and he's shown positive for cannabis.
Okay, mate. As you can see on here, you've shown positive for cannabis. So it's 8:30, and you're also under arrest on suspicion of drug driving. I'm going to remind you that you're under caution, and as you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you're going to match your mind questions, something which relate to rely on here, anything you do say may be given evidence. Okay?
Nothing else was found in the search, but based on everything that I've been told, I then arrested the driver for robbery and also for drug driving. Every shift is different, but some days are really, really busy, and some days I'll finish work and be absolutely knackered, and some days I'll be absolutely buzzing because of all the fun stuff we've done throughout the day, all the dangerous people that we've managed to put behind bars. But one thing is for definite, that I come back and do this job every day of the week because it is by far the best job in the world. I know I'm biased, but genuinely it is.